Hi, welcome to quarter 3, year 3 video update. We're telling you what's happening. We're giving you all the business. We're in John Hughes, our temporary home. The program is still working. We're still in the process of diverting items from the landfill, still in the process of negotiating with the government. We've answered some of your recycling questions and we want to ensure that you know what is happening on the ground. So the last time we were here, where I'm standing now is where the building is going to be. I will say delay is a blessing, and every delay, you just gotta take it in. Directly behind of me here, this really big pile that is from St. Nicholas Primary, that is their sports day activity. They have a competition. It all came to John Hughes, and everything that is on the hill, the idea is to come to some common conclusion with the government and begin moving the items again. We've actually successfully created the Antigua and Barbuda flag with 28,000 buttercups and all of this confusion that you're seeing right here. When we came back to John Hughes, shout out to Lois for helping to kind of clean up. It fell off the truck. I was almost knocked out by the boards. We haven't even been able to pack back the blocks properly for the tank, and all of the caps. Lois, the real MVP in this video, has been able to come and tidy up because what happened, all of the barrels and there were lots of corks here. And this is also one of the challenges that we face. After events, things don't always go back in place right away. The idea is just for individuals, if this is the first time you're watching a video from us, Good Humans 268, we have a recycling project. All the schools on island have recycling items. And when we initially wrote our proposal, what should have happened and was happening, we collected from the school, they came to John Hughes, we sorted them by brand, by size, by type. We then moved the items to the Antigua and Barbuda Waste Recycling Corporation. The government would have paid us 20 cents. We would have been able to pay our staff, pay our creditors, expand the program. The plan has not been going as planned. And in these videos, I always make sure I apologize to the community members in John Hughes, just because the contents are in John Hughes and I will be like any other naive citizen and say, it doesn't look good, but the reality is change is ugly. I'm gonna take you guys to the pile that was already started and ready for moving. Again, Lois is the real MVP in this all. All of these buttercup sculptures, they were actually moved to the stadium for Global Recycling Day. Again, Lois is the real MVP because they were all over there. And in the last few days, she came and they're kind of securing the bottles. All of these were bagged and ready for movement. However, we were told to stop moving the bottles, go back to the negotiation table, and we're still there. September 19th, 2025, we had a meeting. We left the meeting feeling optimistic. Okay, we're ready to go. Same thing in December, same thing in January. And now we technically have to wait for the passing of this political climate because we currently do not have a Minister of Health. So we are currently waiting. And I will say to anybody, John Hughes is not a problem. We moved the bottles and the plan is to move everything to the Antigua and Barbuda Waste Recycling Corporation. In the meeting September 19th, myself and all of the other board members, we would have already agreed to forfeit any revenue and move them to ABREC. However, the government said to us, don't do that, we're going to pay. So we didn't. So we're waiting. So that's where we are. And I will say to anyone, again, the community of John Hughes, I do apologize. It's not the best look. It looks like confusion, but I will say to you, change takes time. We have the option. We can close down the program. We can call all the schools. We can go and remove all the barrels. But that means all the work that we've done for the last 3 years down the drain. All of the grant funding, although we have tangible results, we have the barrels, we can see the content, that means technically all of that money down the drain. The momentum we've built towards waste management, down the drain. Giving individuals with disabilities jobs, down the drain. So I know that individuals who are in close proximity to us, You may see the items in John Hughes and you're a bit upset, and I do apologize. I'm so sorry, but trust me, I am working overtime on getting them moved. And our solution, if we do not come to a conclusion with the government, we're gonna move it all to ABREC. But for now, we have been told to wait, and this is how negotiations go. You just have to tug it out. One of the most common questions we get is, why have we not stopped? And the reality is, as an organization, we want to transform the way waste is managed on island. Households, businesses, events, we must begin to manage waste more effectively. It's one of the world's biggest challenges, and we believe that we can give individuals with disabilities jobs. This document is actually available on our website, and the idea is to create a system where we can generate $53 million annually through eco-businesses, eco-communities, eco-events with the National Solid Waste Management Authority, CBH, and the Ministry of Health. And then we are going to be there to facilitate the process. Imagine this: Carnival, Miss, Dumb Street, Insane, all of the different mass troops in their band. So we're gonna have the bathroom, the DJs, and all of the different sections. And then all of the mass troops are gonna have what we would call green teams. So at the back, you would have a truck, and then you're gonna have a team of individuals walking behind of the bands and ensuring the waste is separating. It's not just about picking it up, it's about ensuring items that can be recycled will go one way, things that can be composted going the same way. The same thing for businesses, the same thing for events. So these massive events, instead of everything going into one big skip, we're gonna have recyclable, compostable, other ways. We speak about it in-depthly in this booklet. And then this booklet, there's also some information about how we're gonna be able to create jobs and truly create golden opportunities for individuals with disabilities. It is Q3, year 3, and for full transparency, we have been communicating with the government of Antigua and Barbuda for a long time. The launch was actually right here in John Hughes, and over time, what has happened, we have had delays in communication. We've been to several meetings. The last letter was dated the 26th of March, 2026, and the plan has not been going as planned, and failure isn't an option. As I said in previous videos and even in interviews, we have the option of giving up. We can just call it quits, but that means all of the time and all of the effort and the future of waste management all down the drain. So the idea is to be persistent and just pray for the best. After all these letters and all of that, pray for the best. And just for information purposes, individuals should know that Antigua and Barbuda, we actually have an Environmental Protection Act. This is actually 170 pages, and the work that we're doing in John Hughes and For Good Humans 268 complements this act. What we would like to do is to make changes in the act to make it mandatory for events, businesses, and households to manage waste more effectively. Another law that we're trying to ensure is implemented is that in 2023, the government went and we would have adjusted the Environmental Act, and what should have happened is the manufacturers were supposed to be paying into a system to ensure that the bottles that they produce, they pay into a system. That system then pays individuals through a bottle buyback system. The system works in Jamaica, it works in Barbados, and it can definitely work in Antigua and Barbuda. So just so you know, these two environmental acts, we have been trying to change one, enforce one, and we've been doing so by writing to the government. And I will say to anyone, change looks messy, change takes time, but you just have to be persistent. And I will say to anybody, failure isn't an option. So we just have to be very persistent. And what we've been doing as an organization is ensuring that we do these little update videos. So you know, we're working for you. We are working to ensure the laws that are in our books that govern Antigua and Barbuda, we are fighting to get them actually enforced, and we want to ensure that we can provide jobs to individuals with disabilities. Other side note, the Disability Act in 2017, we're also trying to get that enforced. So I will say to individuals, be patient with us. Join the cause, to be honest. Join the cause. Let us rally for the implementation of this law. Let us rally for the implementation of this law. Let us rally for changing this law. We are doing the people's work, and the idea is to ensure that we can give jobs to individuals with disabilities. And I can't ever say, I am sorry, the plan has not been going as planned, to the individuals who live in John Hughes, who are very annoyed at us, because I will say, I've been saying that for a minute, and I just want the people of Antigua and Barbuda to know that we have been negotiating, we have been writing, and the vision is to ensure that the legislations that are on our books are enforced. And we need your help. Join us on the mission to make Antigua and Barbuda great.